So there's a little tip.
1, 2, 3, funk it.
Hi everyone, I'm Joya if you're new here, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing my no makeup look slash model off duty kind of look. You know when you see those like off guard pictures of models when they're just like out and about and they look so good and so pretty and like put together and everything? That's kind of the look I'm going for today. So this is the makeup look I go for when I don't want to wear too much makeup, but I just want a little bit of something on my face. It's perfect, especially for summertime when it's hot and humid and nasty outside, and anything you put on your face is just gonna melt off. This look is perfect for that as well. A lot of these products I just recently started using, but I'm now in love with. So there's gonna be some newer products in here that I've mentioned in previous videos, like in reviews or things like that. But you can use any kind of similar products or the same products if you have them. Okay, so I've zoomed in for you guys. I'm just gonna clip back my hair very lightly. I don't want to mess up my curls. Okay, so step number 1 is going to be to use a tinted moisturizer or sunscreen of any kind. This just makes your face look a lot more natural versus using even like a tinted moisturizer or a foundation. But if you guys do want to use like a light foundation, tinted moisturizer, anything like that, you can use that as well. We are going to be going in with concealer and just kind of spot concealing and everything later. So that's why I like to use a moisturizer that's tinted to give me some kind of evenness throughout my face. So the one I'm going to be using and the one I've been using literally all summer so far. Is it even summer yet? Like, is it officially summer? I actually have no clue. But I've been using for the past like 2 months is the Garnier Skin Active Glow Boost Illuminating Moisturizer. My boyfriend actually gave this to me. I guess he just had this in his skincare that he didn't use anymore. He has oily skin, so I think this was a little bit too much for him. But I have very dry skin, so this is perfect for me. I don't know if he realized that it gives you kind of a little bit of a color or like a glow, or maybe he did and he didn't like it very much. I don't know. So I've already done my skincare and all that stuff. I'm just gonna be putting a little bit on my fingers and just putting all over my face and down my neck as well. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but I feel like it just gave me a little bit of a glow and just evened out my skin tone a little bit. But it doesn't even look like I did anything to my skin, which is what we're going for here. So I like to do eyebrows next. For brows on these kind of days, sometimes I'll fill them in, sometimes I won't really fill them in. Usually I won't, just because when I'm doing this, it's usually super quick. I usually do this look in like 5 minutes, so I just want something quick and easy that I can get out the door really fast. So for today, I'm just gonna be using a tinted brow gel. I'm gonna be using the Maybelline Brow Fast Sculpt. And actually, I really like this. I feel like it lasts a good amount of time, really lifts my eyebrows up. Yeah, I really like it. If you do have lighter eyebrows or you just want to fill in your eyebrows, you can also do that. To just fill them in very lightly. Try to do like feather-like strokes to make it look like your real eyebrows, because again, this is supposed to be like a no makeup type of look. I'm just gonna start middle to end and just brush my eyebrows up. I like the look of brushed up eyebrows. If you don't need to brush them up. I just feel like it looks nice and like put together, even though they're like kind of messy and brushed up. I feel like that's the model eyebrow now. I don't know. And then sometimes I'll brush the tops down a little bit if they're too crazy. But do you see how this eyebrow looks a little bit more put together than this one, where it's just like kind of messy and like, even though it's a little bit like brushed up, not even brushed up, but a little bit up, it's just like still less full than this eyebrow. If you have super full eyebrows, you probably don't even need to do this step, but my eyebrows aren't super full, so this is what I like to do. Now onto the other eyebrow. Same thing, I'm just gonna start by brushing them up. It does help sometimes when you brush them up before, but sometimes I'm just lazy and I just go right in. Okay, this is the eyebrows, pretty much done. Takes Literally 2 seconds to do. Okay, so next we're gonna move on to concealer. When I'm doing this type of look, I love to just kind of spot conceal and just even out my skin just using concealer, and it's super lightweight. So I'm gonna be using the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I'm gonna be using the color Medium 3 Praline. Doing this makeup look, I like to use a concealer that matches my skin tone almost perfect, so that way you can't even tell. I'm not going for a super bright eye. I'm just trying to kind of lift the eye and just conceal the slight bags that are there. And then also I want to use it on like under here, like on my nose, and then any other imperfections. So it's very important that the concealer matches your skin tone as best as possible. So first I'm just going to go in under my nose. I do have a bit of redness, so I'm just going to conceal that a little. And then I like to go in between my eyebrows and then any other spots that I just feel like need concealing. I usually just leave mostly everything. I just leave it to do whatever it wants, but you can cover up as much or as little as you want. And for my eyes, I just like to do like a couple little dots up like that, and then like a couple dots on the inside, just so it's like here and here. That's all I feel like you really need. I'm just going to be using my beauty blender to blend it out, but you can use whatever brush or sponge that you like. And with the concealer under my eyes, I first like to just make sure I'm blending it right where I put it, and then I will extend it out everywhere else. So that kind of just added a little bit more brightness to my eyes and just lifted the eye just a little bit, just to make me look more awake. Okay, sometimes I'll go in with my finger just to make sure everything is perfectly blended out. We're not gonna do any kind of powders until the end because we're just gonna keep using cream products. But the one thing I will do, I'm gonna set under my eyes just very, very lightly, just so it doesn't crease or anything. So for under my eyes, I'm gonna be using the Hourglass translucent powder, and I'm not gonna bake or anything like that. I'm literally just gonna put the smallest amount on my brush and just kind of dab it in and just brush it out. So just very, very lightly setting it. And notice how I didn't put any concealer on my eyelids. I feel like when you put concealer on your eyelids, especially a lighter concealer, that is one of the signs that you can really look for to see if someone's wearing makeup or not. When they have somewhat bare eyelids and it doesn't look like they have any concealer or makeup or anything, when it just looks like their eyelid, you're not really gonna think for the rest of the face they're wearing that much makeup. So there's a little tip. Next, I am gonna add a little bit of warmth to my face, not really contour as much, just add a little bit of definition. I'm gonna be using the Milk Makeup little contour stick. This is the matte bronzer, actually, in the color Baked. So I'm just gonna literally put the smallest amount, just kind of warming up my face. And I'm just gonna use my beauty blender. You can also use your fingers just to blend that out. And I'm just using the lightest amount just so we don't have to set it or anything. I want to keep everything mainly cream products. I feel like that's how you keep the natural look of it. I think I am actually going to put a little bit on the eyelids just for a little wash of color. See how that just added a little bit something to this eye, and I'm just gonna like smudge it. It's not gonna be perfect or anything like that, but just to add a little bit of color, just to tie in the warmthness. See, that just brought a little bit of something to the eyelids. You can also, if you want, take some and just smudge it underneath your lash line. We're not gonna be contouring the nose or adding anything crazy like that, just to add a little bit of definition and warmth to your face. Next, I'm gonna be using the Milk Makeup Lip and Cheek. I don't know what even this is called, in Work. And it's just like a nice dusty rose color. So I'm just gonna add a little bit to my cheeks. I like to add a little bit to my cheeks like this and to my nose to give me like a sun-kissed look. That is typically the look I go for when I'm doing like a no makeup look, because I just think it looks so cute. It might not look like I have anything on my face on camera, but this is more for like the in-person type of thing. I might be adding a little bit later after I add in my freckles, which is my new favorite thing to do. This step is completely optional. You guys don't have to add freckles. If you guys already have freckles, you're lucky, and I wish I had them so I didn't have to do this. But I feel like it just makes you look so cute. I don't know, it makes me feel really cute, okay? So that's what we're gonna be doing. So I'm gonna be using the Freckle Maker. I just did a review about this recently. Was it my last video? Yeah, it was literally my last video. So if you haven't seen that, check that out. But that's what I'm gonna be using to make my freckles. And if you don't know how to use it, just check out my last video or just watch what I do. But if you want more in depth, just check out my last video. I did a whole review on it. So I finished my freckles. I feel like 10 times cuter, to be honest. I don't think I'm gonna add any more blush. I feel like it looks fine like that, but you can just keep adding blush over top to give you that really sun-kissed look. Also, I forgot, but I'm gonna be adding a little bit of this color to my lips, just so you have a little bit of color. It's not gonna add much. This is very similar to my skin, or to my lip color already, so it's not gonna do that much, but just gonna add a little bit of something, you know? So now I'm gonna just powder over the places before we do highlight, which is I think one of the last steps. So I'm just gonna powder under here, wherever I added the little dots of concealer. I'm just gonna be using my Tarte powder foundation. This is really light if you don't use a lot, so, but you can definitely build it up. But I'm just gonna be using just the smallest little amount and just applying it where I applied my concealer, just so it lasts a little bit longer. But I don't want to make it look like I have a bunch of powder on, so that's why I'm just dabbing just the smallest amount. Okay, next I am going to be applying just a little bit of highlighter. I'm going to be using the Milk Makeup highlighter. I don't know if this has a color. I don't think it does. It's just a highlighter. I'm just going to be putting just the smallest amount, just for like a little natural glow, and then just blend it out. It just gives a little bit, just a little shine. So it just gives a little shine, like I said before. Okay, that's all for the face. So we're gonna move on to mascara. I'm just gonna put a light layer, just curl my lashes. I still like my lashes to be fairly long when I'm doing a no makeup look, but I won't have a lot of product. I just want to make sure they're lengthened, but I'll do just like a coat of light mascara. And the mascara I'm going to be using is the Thrive Liquid Lash Extensions. This one's really good for lengthening, and if you don't use too much of it, it won't clump up your lashes, but if you use too much, go in too many coats, it does start to clump up. I like to make sure they're curled a good amount before I go in. I'm gonna go behind the lash just a little bit, just at the very end. Because sometimes with this mascara, if you go too much, like I said, especially behind the lash, it can get clumpy very quickly. So that's about all I'm doing for that. I'll put a little bit, just the smallest amount on the lower lashes, just to add a little bit at the very end. That's that for the lashes. I don't know why my left eye, like the lashes just don't go as long as the right eye. I don't know if you can tell. So sometimes I literally have to make this lash short, like I have to like push it down, like it can't go to its full potential because this side's like it can't reach that, so I can't have two uneven eyes. So this could be way longer. I don't know what's going on with her. She needs to clean up her act, but this is the lashes done. Last but not least, I always like to add a little bit of gloss, or you can use a lip balm or anything you want. Depending on the day, sometimes I'll go in with the Smith's Rosebud Salve. This is a little bit of a pinky color, so it'll add just a little bit of color to my lips. And sometimes I'll add the Pillow Plump Sexy Mother Pucker from, what is this? Soap and Glory. I like this one. It's a clear one, and it just makes your lips plumper. So I like to use this a lot of the time when I'm not wearing like lip liner or anything like that, just so it makes my lips look a little bit bigger. I am also looking for just like a shiny clear gloss. It doesn't have to be plumping or anything. I just want one that's super, super, super shiny. And if it smells like fruit or something, that's even better. I love those ones that like just smell like watermelon or something. Like the ones that we used to have like when we were little. I love those. So I'm gonna go ahead with my plumping one. It's pretty shiny, but it's also a little sparkly, which I don't mind at all. I like sparkly glosses. And then lastly, since I didn't have a bunch of powder to set everything, I'm just going to be using my Urban Decay setting spray and just spraying everything into place. So this is the finished look. It's just nice and glowy, very natural. Yeah, that's the look. So that is the look for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is the look I do on most days. Sometimes I'll be a little bit extra and just add a little bit of that powder foundation from Tarte and just put that all over my face. And then I'll just do like bronzer, blush and stuff. Usually when I'm filming, that's the makeup look I'll do. So yeah, this is the makeup look I wear most of the time, 9 times out of 10. If I'm not filming and I just want a little bit of extra. Usually when I'm not filming, I just don't put on makeup. But when I do want just to feel a little bit cuter or whatever the case may be, I'll just put a little bit of makeup. This is normally the type of look that I will go for. Let me know what you guys think about this look. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!